These days, most businesses that sell products and services online rely on online payment processing. At its best, online payments are fast, they're convenient, they're certainly efficient, and they enable customers to pay for things in a streamlined, accessible way and encourage them to come back to your brand in the future.
But if your company offers an inefficient payment system, it can be a massive detriment. So we've got some of the most popular trends in the world of online payments today, starting off with adding more payment options. And now this isn't especially difficult or expensive, and it could open the door to an entirely new segment of customers. Do you accept Bitcoin? What about other types of cryptocurrency or mobile payment wallets? People who strongly prefer to pay for their goods with a niche payment method will be grateful they have the option to do that with you, potentially increasing customer loyalty and helping differentiate your brand from your competitors.
Okay, Neely, I have a confession and I'm gonna bet money you won't be surprised. So you mentioned, I'm already laughing. You mentioned mobile payments, right? And that reminded me just a week ago, I actually put my credit card on my cell phone so I can do mobile payments.
Wow. Welcome to the 21st century. Have you actually used it yet though? Or just the first step, baby steps, right?
So I was at a store like a day after I added it. So this was last week. And I did have to have the guy at Target come over to my self-checkout. And I was like, have this, don't know what to do.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, it's so easy. You just, well, you know. Anyways, let's move on to temporary security codes, because these days, major credit card providers are utilizing new forms of security, including temporary security codes that serve as a secondary form of authentication. Your online payment processing system should accommodate these security features to keep your consumers safe.
And now we've all subconsciously known how dirty money is, how it's covered with bacteria, and who knows what else. Anyone who has ever worked at a theme park knows what I'm talking about. And why is it always wet? But before the pandemic, only a select few were truly worried about it. Now we're all very concerned about who touched that $20 bill last. Contactless payment is considered the preferred way to pay. Even the CDC recommends it using it whenever possible. And also, waving a credit card over a device is much more convenient and it doesn't impose any additional security risks. And I also feel like a wizard doing it. So that's also a big +1 for me.
So similarly, we are seeing an increase in the number of businesses using forms of biometric authentication. What is it? Well, biometric authentication, besides a little tricky to say, back to back, it relies on the physical characteristics of a person to verify their identity. So for example, my favorite, facial ID or fingerprint readers can confirm that you are who you say you are, and it's going to decrease the chances of someone hijacking your identity. I use Face ID for everything. When I grab my iPhone, I can check my Wells Fargo, my E-Trade, everything. It's so handy. And while biometrics have some flaws, like when I was wearing a mask during the pandemic, what? You couldn't recognize my face? What the heck, iPhone? But they do help boost consumer trust and security overall.
And now we've all loved fun facts, right? So fun fact, 35% of consumers now use smart speakers like Alexa or Siri on a regular basis to buy things like groceries. It blows my mind thinking about we can do that now. But that's why so many online brands are shifting their focus to cater to voice-based payments. Streamlining the payment process for consumers with smart speakers has the potential to be well worth the time and effort.
Now, online payments aren't just for consumers buying things from their couch or on the go. They can also be used to streamline in-person purchases. So with a better mobile point of sale, for short, by the way, MPOS, not your hip, you can make payments faster, easier, and more secure for your customers, no matter where they choose to serve them. And fortunately, you have a wide variety of provider options here. What I would encourage you to do, as I always do, if you have a lot of options, a lot of choices, review your options carefully and find the best fit for your brand and your customers.
And with all this ease of use and new technologies, credit card fraud is a serious issue, and it's only getting more pervasive. In the United States alone, consumers lose upwards of $10 billion in illegal transactions every year. Some of the security burden falls on your customers, and it's their responsibility to ensure their credit card isn't stolen or misused. However, it's also your responsibility to minimize the opportunities for cyber criminals to get away with this fraud and implement these online payments safely.
So there's a lot to keep up with, and keeping up with the latest trends in online payments can be difficult, but it's much more manageable if you keep your company adaptable and commit to paying attention to the latest changes. But be aware of new trends and technologies as they emerge. Stay in the know, the more you know, and be prepared to update your company's offerings if and when necessary. All right, that's a wrap. But your journey doesn't have to end here. We have over 250 videos for you to watch.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. This is The Journey.